Hi, my name is David Owens Hill, and I left Charlotte just over a year ago to move to San Francisco, California. But before I left, I was very familiar with the Independence Boulevard freeway. So, San Francisco is the second most densely populated city in the US, right behind New York City Metro. And I live here without a car and rely solely on public transit. I was reading a little bit of background about the Independence Boulevard Expressway project, and there's a concern with freeways that you should always keep in mind when you're talking about building freeways through the middle of populated areas. And I would like to claim credit for the notion, but it's actually Jane Jacobs who wrote The Death and Life of Great American Cities sometime in the early 60s, I think 1961. And pardon me for paraphrasing, but she said basically cities are not like suburbs but denser. They're different from towns and suburbs in a couple of meaningful ways. One of which is that cities by definition are full of strangers, and the only way that you interact with those strangers is to serendipitously cross paths with them. This is why population density was so important, and her end game was building the perfect metropolis, and understanding that cities are more than places where people live. They're sort of living entities that have their own, chi. They have their own reason for being. So the thing about expressways is they're super convenient. You probably need to get pretty quickly to whatever is at the other end of Independence Boulevard. Is that Union County, I guess? But in doing so, you pass really speedily by all of the things that draw us together into a more tightly knit community. And anytime you start to pass by members of your community without acknowledging them, you run the risk of destabilizing your community and having nothing left in common. And that's a really sad and tragic and uninspiring place to live. And I always hoped that Charlotte would be anything but uninspiring. It'll be interesting to watch, though. It'll be interesting to see. There are a lot of livelihoods at stake, and my hope is that the city does what's right for the businesses who are currently trying to tough it out in a very difficult economy. So, ball's in your court, Charlotte. Good luck.